How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome to the happy hour meetup. Hope everybody's having a good day and everything's going good for you. How are you doing today, Brian?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Man, I can't complain. We have a nice day today. It was like in the 50s, which for North Iowa this time of year, that's a win. That's probably like 70 to you where you're at. So it feels good.
Yeah, it was like 78 yesterday. I think it was a little cooler today. So,
Oh,
not
yeah.
to brag, but
Yep. No, that's great. I was just trying to think here. Brian, I want to get this turned up. So, Brian, what do you think of the background? Do you like that happy hour meetup picture?
yeah, it's cool. It's making me a little hungry, but that's okay.
Yeah, I took that picture when we were tailgating, and I thought, let's put a little background of meat on there and get the meetup going. Hey, I just want to welcome anybody that's just joining the channel. Make sure you smash that like button and share this out to YouTube, get it out there in the algorithm. That would be greatly appreciated. Also, if you want to put in the comments where you are from, we always like to see that too. I know we see a lot of regulars in here, but if there's anybody new in here, we want you to be a part of the broadcast. Go ahead and put where you're from on there. Let's see here. Well, there we go. Mike's in here. Hello, Mike. How are you doing? Hope you're getting some nice weather down your way in southern Iowa. It's a little bit further south from me. So, yep. Definitely. So, Brian, what I know we got tomorrow night's low carb football party. Who's playing again? I know it's the Bears and somebody else. Do you remember offhand? It was Carolina, wasn't it?
I think it's Carolina.
Yeah. So, it's going to be a battle of the bottom of the league, I think, kind of.
Yeah.
I know the Arizona is in there as well. So, a little bit windy down that way. It wasn't too bad up here today, but it was kind of cloudy. But at the same time, it was pretty mild. So it's a nice day. So, yeah, I don't know. What do you think of the matchup tomorrow night? Do you think it's going to be low scoring, high scoring, a messy game? What are your predictions going into it here?
Man, I don't even know. I wonder. So the Bears are playing. Is Justin Fields going to play? Because I think he was hurt on Sunday and didn't play. And whoever replaced him was like, wow, it wasn't good. You could tell the guy hadn't really played before. I think he was a rookie. So I don't know. I mean, if Fields is playing, it could be an interesting game. I mean, both teams aren't very good, but it could be a pretty interesting game. But if he's not playing, I think Carolina might take it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it'll be interesting. Hello, Cheryl. Welcome to the show. Wisconsin, 41 and drizzling. Oh, that doesn't sound nice. Definitely for weather. Hey, thanks for joining us. Hey, there's Mike saying 3-3 tie.
That might be generous. 0-0. I don't know.
Yeah, it's been an interesting season, that's for sure. But why don't you? I know you, Brian. You got some interesting news at the end of the week, and was wondering if you wanted to talk about this a little bit and kind of tell everybody what you got going on and what's happening in your life.
Yeah, so I went to the cardiologist last Friday, and I have AFib. I was diagnosed back in 2018 with it, and I've been going to the cardiologist basically every 6 months. I go back in for a checkup, check how things are going, and so forth. When I first started carnivore, almost a year and a half, I guess, 16, 17 months, somewhere in there, I was having a couple episodes a week. And pretty quickly, I got to the point that I noticed, like, boy, I'm not having episodes anymore. And the last couple times I went in, we talked a little bit about how things were going. Things were going good. And talking a little bit more about, well, maybe I can come off some of the medication and so forth. And this time when I went in, he was really happy with where I'm at. The fact that it's been like 14, 15 months since my last episode of AFib. My blood pressure is doing really good. Heart rate's been good. And of course, the weight loss and my blood levels. He's really happy with my HDL levels and my triglycerides, which have gone down quite a bit. So he took me off of the medication. So that was great, no more blood thinner, which is like huge for me because with being on a blood thinner, you're always worrying about, getting hurt and bleeding out or something, right? So for me, that's great. And I still have blood pressure medication that I'm taking, but I don't have to take any of the AFib medication. So that's great for me. So I'm really excited about that.
That's some awesome news, my friend. That makes me so happy that you don't have to do that anymore, and it's one less worry for you. And I think that's awesome. So congratulations. So that's got to feel really good, and that's one of the bigger victories, in this whole journey for you. I would say, let alone the
Yeah.
losing weight and all the other health benefits, but this one is significant. So that's awesome, man. I'm really happy for you.
Yeah. Thank you.
So,
And thank you, Mike, for your comments there. Another carnivore victory. Yep.
yeah, definitely. That's really awesome. Let alone you're sporting a new look tonight. I got to get used to this. He looks pretty
Yeah.
fresh and cut and clean, clean shaven, and he's
It's definitely different. So, it takes a bit to get used to, but I'm adjusting.
yeah, that's great. No, that's fantastic news, though. I can't say enough good things about that. That's awesome. So, um, let's see here. Oh, as far as I guess we'll talk a little bit more about the low carb football party. We're going to do a little talking tomorrow night about what's our topic again? We're going to talk about was Thanksgiving, correct? And like
Yeah.
how to stay on plan is our topic tomorrow night. I'm still waiting to get confirmed on our second guest, so we might be in a need of a guest still. I should have probably sent you an email. We do have one for the 8:30 time slot, and we need another one for 7:30. I haven't got anything confirmed on that, so just to make you aware of that. Plus, if anybody else out there is wanting to make an appearance, zip us an email. We'll get you on the show. We'd love to have you. So, let's see here. Yeah, I mean that's the thing, Brian. It's surprising. It's already what, November 8th today. I mean, Thanksgiving is right around the corner. I mean, I don't know where time goes, but next thing you know, we'll be rolling into the new year, and the end of the year gets busy because everybody's got all kinds of things from company Christmas parties, family parties, Thanksgiving, all the shopping, the present, all that other stuff that goes on with the holidays. Makes this time of year go fast, especially when weekends get filled up, and if people are working during the week, there's just not a lot of free time.
Yeah. Yeah. When we hit the low carb football party tomorrow, we're exactly 2 weeks from Thanksgiving. So it's a perfect time to have that topic talking about Thanksgiving and trying to stay low carb and so forth. So looking forward to that show tomorrow.
Yeah, it'll be a good one, and definitely, yeah, looking forward to that. And I know, yeah, it should be a good time. So, Harlan's putting up Christmas decorations at the courthouse. Yep, I bet that's about that time. For sure. In the stores, even I noticed they're definitely more festive, and looks like they're pretty full. And now's the best time to shop for those gifts because this is the time you can find this stuff. Because once stuff gets closer to the holidays and the sales start, stuff is gone, and it doesn't come back a lot of times. So once it's gone, it's gone. So
Yeah.
of course
We
now,
always,
go ahead.
I was going to say, we always set up our Christmas lights at our house outside ahead of Thanksgiving so that on the night of Thanksgiving, after we do the dinner and all that stuff and it gets dark, then we go and turn them on, and that's like the start of the Christmas season for us. So I'll be starting here either this weekend or next weekend with starting to put the Christmas lights up and get them ready. So kind of a little bit of a Clark Griswold type of thing, but not too bad, You don't have to go on auxiliary power or anything like that, but we get into Christmas a little bit around my house. So
You ought to take a picture and post it, share it on the channel. I think that'd be good to see. And I've got lights on my house now. Finally got smart about it, and I actually have lights all year long.
mhm.
They're more like outdoor patio lights. The good news is you can change the colors. So, different dream. Like last month, I had them orange for Halloween. Well, now I can set them at Christmas. Right now they're clear, but I'll set them for Christmas, and then like different months, like February I turn them pink or red for Valentine's Day. In March I turn them green for St. Patty's Day. It's kind of nice though because the lights just stay up, and I just have to use the little remote and I make it festive just like that, and I don't have to keep putting decorations up or taking them down. So.
Yeah, we got something similar like that on our tree in the front yard. And my wife set that up and she did the same thing. She had orange for Halloween. I think it was orange and black lights, or maybe not black. I don't remember what it was. And she's got like orange and green, I think, right now for Thanksgiving, or orange and brown, something like that. I can't remember. So yeah, she kind of did that style thing too, thinking the same thing. The funny thing is, like, we have a Christmas, so we have normally like 3 Christmas trees. We have one in our family room, one in our living room, and then we have one in our bedroom. And the one in our bedroom last year, we kept that thing up till like, I don't know, like May or something. And like she changed it out like to Valentine's Day to like with hearts and stuff and like a red, type of deal. And then she did like a St. Patrick's Day thing and everything. So it was funny. We almost kept it up year round, but we ended up putting it down in like May. So
Yeah. Yeah, it can be that way. I mean, I drove by a house yesterday and I saw a Christmas tree up in the window. That's the first one I've seen this year. So I'm guessing they put it up last weekend probably, which is pretty early. I usually don't like to see them till after Thanksgiving, but I know some people get anxious. So
yeah.
Mike has a question. Will we have a white Thanksgiving in Iowa this year? You never know. I remember when we had a white Halloween back in 1991. We had a big ice snowstorm. Power was knocked out for 5 days here. And I was just a college kid at the time, but my parents we lived on a acreage, and they didn't have power for 5 days. I know I went in town and stayed, but it was cold in the house and they stayed there the whole time. They came to town to shower, and but I know even in town they lost power for a while. So that was all the ice snapped all the power poles, and I was actually playing college football that year, and
Mhm.
our game got delayed, and the next week we ended up having it on our practice field. It was probably 80% covered in ice, but we played a football game and we won. We just ran the ball all day long and they couldn't stop us. And it was one of those things that I remember that specifically, but the weather was just not nice for Halloween. Yeah, it was something else. I don't know. I'm thinking we might. I don't know. It's just hard to say. The weather's looking nice this next week. I know all the way through next weekend. So I'm thinking we probably won't have a white Thanksgiving. So lately, we're lucky if we have a white Christmas. So it's been kind of a little bit different. So. Yeah, there's a lot of people that have real Christmas trees. I think we did that once. Once my wife and I got married, we had one once, and the needles were just such a pain in the butt to vacuum and clean up, and that was that. I only did it once. It smelled amazing, but it was just too much work.
Yeah, we usually have one real, so we'll do, is it in our family room, we'll have a fake tree, and in the living room, we'll have a real tree. So we'll have one of each, at least downstairs. And yeah, it's the same thing though. The needles by Christmas Day, you're like just ready to get rid of this tree. It's like the needles are falling off and it's crazy. But we always do it. I don't know why.
Yeah. It's festive though. I mean, it's tradition too, so I can see why people do it. So if you're just joining us, go ahead and put in the comments where you're from. If you haven't already, we'd love to see that. And also make sure you smash that like button. That'll help get this out to YouTube. Let's see here. I know there was another comment. Oh yeah. Yeah, I played football in community. It was at a community college. And after that, ice bowl. I think we ended up going to a bowl game. It's called the Royal Crown RC Cola Bowl. They played it in the side of Dome down in Cedar Falls, Iowa, and we played Harper College out of Illinois. It was a close game. We ended up losing in that bowl game, but it was kind of interesting because there's 4 teams that showed up for that the night before the dinner, and 2 teams square off against each other. So we were the first game, and I found out after we left that last game there was a lot of brawls and fighting in it, I guess. So we kind of missed some excitement, but I thought that was kind of interesting to hear about after the fact. But yeah, good memories, a long time ago, but it was an experience. Let's see here. So I'm trying to think. Did your Lions have a bye week last week, or did they actually play?
Yeah, they were on a bye last week. They played this week, but I can't remember who they're playing this weekend. I can't remember, but yeah, they were on a bye last week. So I think they're a game and a half ahead of Minnesota after Dobbs' heroics, if you will. What do you think of that?
I think the Vikings got lucky, but how you doing, Nicole? Hey, Nicole, make sure you check your email. I emailed you today. I was just kind of waiting to hear back from you. If you could give me a shout out, that'd be great. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming on. Yeah, I think the Vikings got lucky. I mean, I think it's incredible what Dobbs ended up doing. At first, I was really concerned because he wasn't protecting the football. He had a fumble in his safety, and I was like, "Oh boy, this is going to be a long one." But he made some plays down the stretch, and I give him credit after hearing the stories now that he never even took one snap with that offense at all. Though he's busy learning the playbook, and he's a really smart guy. But yeah, I mean, he did pretty well considering. I think the Vikings probably got a little lucky, but sometimes that's what it takes. So we'll see what happens going forward. But I'm just disappointed that we didn't get to see the rookie very long. He got hurt, and I just wanted to give him a chance to see if he can prove himself and kind of see what we have. So it's definitely one of those things. So
yeah.
Nicole's giving us a hard time because we're talking about Christmas trees and stuff, but that's the thing with happy hour. You never know what we're going to talk about on here. So it's just one of those things. So Brian, are you drinking anything special today? Just water or?
Yeah, no, just water out of my water bottle, regular water here. So it even tastes like water.
Yeah, I'm actually drinking water too. So
yeah, I know. Boring happy hour, right?
Yeah. Yep, we have happy hour with just water. That works. So yeah, it'll be interesting going forward though with the season, the games how they're turning out. The Jets are kind of tanking, obviously. Prediction wise, I know I was all over the 49ers winning the Super Bowl, and they've kind of hit a rough patch. So right now, Baltimore looks really tough. The Ravens are looking really tough. They're playing really well right now, but all things can change. You just never know.
Yeah, that AFC seems wide open. Buffalo isn't as good. Cincinnati started out slow. Now that Burrow's more healthy, they seem to be playing better.
Yeah.
And yeah, Kansas City, the Jets. I mean, if Rodgers comes back, will that change things with the Jets a little bit? So the AFC seems wide open.
Yeah.
To answer Mike's question, I don't know about your water, but my water is on the rocks, so I can at least say that.
Yeah, I've definitely got some ice in mine too. I like my water really cold.
Yeah, me too.
I have a hard time just drinking it at room temperature, I guess. But it's one of those things. If you have any questions, go ahead and put a Q in front of them and ask away. this thing's pretty open. We got pretty much an open forum here on this hour that we get together and meet up and talk about different things. Brian, do you? I know you have been pretty busy on your channel. Is there any shows or recordings or interviews you want to talk about that you got coming up, or any videos you put out that you want to mention?
Well, so actually, I've been working on a new video, new content, a little bit different than what I normally do, where I'm just gonna talk a little bit about myself and let people kind of get to know me a little bit better.
Nice,
Because I was
good.
thinking, like, people don't really know me that well, other than that I do carnivore diet. So yeah, I kind of talk a little bit about myself and like some hobbies I have and stuff, and talk about like, so my basement, I'm in the process of making a man cave down there,
Oh,
so
nice,
talk a little bit about that and stuff. So I got that video is going to be coming out in the next day or two.
nice.
um and then let's see, I just did an interview with the champion within.
Yeah, I saw it.
That
Saw that.
was Wednesday, or no, today's Wednesday, right? That was yesterday, I think, that
Yeah,
it released. So that's on his channel. So if you want to go check out the Champion Within channel, check it out. And he's newer on carnivore. I think he started in July, if I'm not mistaken. It was July or August, something like
yeah.
that. So go check it out. If you're not familiar with his channel, consider subscribing to him, because he's been putting out some pretty good content, and he started interviewing people here more recently as well. So I did that. Of course, we got the low carb football party coming
Mhm.
up tomorrow, and I have a pretty big live stream coming up this Sunday at noon. I am going to be one-on-one with Dr. Tony Hampton. So I hope to pick his brain a little bit, and hopefully people come in and ask him questions and so forth, because that'll be a good opportunity to talk to Dr. Tony Hampton. So I have those things coming up here, and that's, I guess, for the most part, what I have coming up in the
Yeah.
near future. But I know you just did an interview with Low Carbist that came out today. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, I had an interview last night. Actually, I did the recording with Aaron, the low carbist, and that released at noon Central Time today. So you might want to check out that interview. She definitely is a great gal, great person. She has a nice channel with a lot of content she puts out. She's just got a bubbly personality, and she's a lot of fun. I encourage people to go out and check out her channel. Speaking of the Champion Within, I did an interview with him. Well, it's probably been a month or so ago on my channel, and that's if you want to catch him there, you can definitely watch that video. He's definitely been very creative with his videos. He's getting better and he's getting bigger. His channel's growing, and he's just all around good guy. Everybody calls him Johnny. That's what he likes to be called, anyways. But I was kind of call him John because that's when I first started talking to him. That's what I was calling him. But yeah, he's a good guy. He's got a great channel, like you said. I think I just watched part of that interview, and I need to finish watching the rest of that you had with him. But yeah, that's I did watch the start of that, and it's looking good. So let's see here. Just finished breakfast. Yep, there's nothing wrong with that. I do
So
breakfast.
I was going to say, you had the question up, but we never answered it.
Yep, I was gonna go back to that. I'll go ahead and start answering this. I was kind of funny. I was watching one of your other videos there, Brian, and you like to fish, and I thought that was kind of interesting. I like to fish too. I go trout fishing. I have a boat. Me and my son usually go fishing for walleyes, stuff like that. That's kind of my hobby. Probably is a lot of this YouTube, to be honest. That's something I like to do. I spent a lot of time on that, I guess. And then, like I said, I do like to fish. I used to do a lot of gardening. Back when it's been several years, I used to have a pond in my backyard that I made. And we had koi fish. I enjoyed that a lot until a mouse got a hold of the liner and kind of ruined the pond. But now I don't, I can't really do that kind of work so much anymore. So, but I definitely like to, I like to be outside a lot. Even just doing yard work, that makes me pretty happy. So I enjoy that. How about you?
Yeah, so like you said, the fishing thing, that's one of my hobbies I like to do, right? So for me, I'm a bigger catfish or fishing person. So I like to, go for catfish and stuff like that. So this video I was talking about, I talked about some of my hobbies. So another thing that I'm going to talk about in that video is going to be collecting cards, like baseball cards, football cards, stuff
Mhm.
like that. So I started doing that stuff when I was a kid, and yeah, I still do it a little bit. So
Mhm.
that's something that I talked about in there. Um, and again, like I guess like you, the YouTube channel is probably the biggest hobby I have right now, because for the last 6, 7 months here or so, that's been my big concentration, is working through the YouTube channel and sharing my experiences with everybody and so forth. Which kind of brings us to the question that's on the screen.
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna, before you get into that, I was just gonna say, over the years I've collected a lot of football cards, and I still buy packs. I just love opening them, and then I just give them to my son. I said, "Here you go," because I have unopened boxes back from '91 of Top Stadium Club when they first came out football. I think I had 3 unopened boxes. I did just open one like here a couple years ago with my son. We were looking for Brett Favre rookie card. Do you think we found one in a box of 500 cards? No. We
Yeah.
opened it and didn't get a single one. I was like, you got to be kidding me. I also have some Ultra Fleer. I think it's 91, 92, but Shaquille O'Neal's rookie card should be in that one. That's an unopened box I have. Some 19, was it 92 where there's a USA basketball team had Jordan Bird, Christian Laettner was on the. I have the starting lineup figurines on those complete sets of the USA. I got 2 of them. I got the whole case. I've just hung on to it because I thought it'd be valuable. And to this day, it's probably the best team that has ever been an Olympic team, I would say. But it was, yeah, just sorry not to get off track. But yeah, I've done some of that stuff too. And we have similar hobbies, it sounds like. So that's pretty cool too.
Yeah, that is cool.
Go ahead and answer that question there.
Yeah, so I did not have an ablation. Basically for me, I just started doing the carnivore diet, and I mean, it was about a month or so in, like maybe the first few weeks, I guess, of doing carnivore, it was maybe even a little worse than it had been. So I think that was like an adjustment period, and then it started getting better. And probably a month or so in, the episode stopped. So I am now about 14, 15 months or so without a single episode. Um, and I contribute it to myself, to the carnivore diet, because like I said before, I was having like a couple episodes a week before I started carnivore. And I could also recreate an episode, not that I wanted to, but I could recreate it just by lifting weights, a little bit of heavier weight, for like 5, 6, 7 minutes or so, and that would put me into AFib. It would be enough stress on my heart to put me into AFib. And now I can go 30 minutes or more with more weight than what I was doing then, and I don't go into an episode. So yeah, I don't know what everybody else's experiences are. I've heard from some people that have said that they've had a similar thing, or at least it's gotten better. But I did not have an ablation. The only thing I've ever had done was the cardio version, where they shock your heart back into rhythm. That happened a couple years ago, when I just couldn't get out of AFib on my own. So that was a couple years ago, though, maybe 6 months or so before I started carnivore.
Yeah. I still think that's just amazing news on, with being able to go off medication. I think that's a win for anybody when they don't have to take chemical pills anymore. I think that's a win for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, if anybody has any questions, go ahead and put it in the comments. We'd love to see whatever you have for us today. I was going to say, I'll talk a little bit more. I know I mentioned I did that interview with Aaron on my channel. Let's see. Tuesday, I did a video that said I quit on it. That video actually has done really well. And no, I'm not quitting. I'm not not leaving my channel or quitting my weight loss plan at all. I just sometimes you just get a little frustrated. And it's just one of those things I know me and Brian have talked on the side. You get a little burned out sometimes, and I'm just so close to having my goals met that I can't really take a break. I got to keep plowing through and make sure I hit my goals. Then I can take a little bit of a break, but just a lot going on. Had a couple job interviews this week. I got a second one tomorrow, and I got a third one on Friday with the company. So I'm hoping maybe the end of the week or first part of next, I have a couple job offers on the table, which will change my life a lot because I have not worked since September of last year. Let alone I'm still taking care of my mom and doing some of that stuff. So there's just a lot going on, let alone I've got a YouTube channel and a family. So it's just, there's a lot, but I don't mind it though. I mean, I feel I'm really blessed. So it's just one of those things. I'm pretty grateful. I got my life back after losing 100 pounds. And, in January, I thought I wouldn't work again. So it's kind of one of those things. It's a blessing that I'm able to go back to work, and looking forward to that and those challenges, obviously. But yeah, it's pretty cool.
Uses your own words against you.
Yeah, that happens a lot. I mean, it's funny. Brad, I'll tell you, Brad pretty well from our channel. He's told me all along, why don't you follow your own advice? You always give great advice. Why don't you start following it yourself? And he's right.
Yeah.
So, yep, I agree. You got it, Mike. Yep, we got a live show going on. I did this last week, and then I thought, I'll do it again this week. And we had a lot of interaction last week. This week it's been a little quiet, but that's okay. I mean, we're glad that everybody's here and ask questions, make comments, whatever. We're just kind of here for social hour. That's kind of the way I look at it, I guess.
Social happy hour with our water.
Yeah.
On the rock.
I should probably get a sticker on there and put beer across there. At least make it look good, right? I wonder if you could actually crack a beer on lives. I don't know if you can do that or not. Probably. I don't know. I don't know what the rules are, I guess. So
yeah,
probably wouldn't do that, but it sounds good anyways.
As long as, I guess, if you say this video is, if you select the not for children on the video option, you probably can.
Yeah.
I would imagine.
Yeah, I would think. Yeah, we'll get you on the show, Mike. Definitely like to do that. And yeah, we'd love to be an interview on your channel too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was on that. Yeah, kind of around too. I remember.
Mama Cracker says the only way is on the rocks. That's right. It's on the rocks. That's why we're drinking our water today, anyways. Generic beer. I do remember that. I remember
that near beer. Is that
what's
near
that?
Beer? Is generic beer near beer? Is that what you mean?
Generic beer. I remember back in the day, Hy-Vee food stores, they had it was a white can that had black print. It said beer on it. There was no name, but it was a generic beer.
Okay.
So
I thought maybe he was talking about near beer because that was like, it wasn't this, it was like only like 1 or 2% alcohol.
Oh, really? I don't think I've ever heard of that. So it could be different locations though.
Now I got to say that was before my time, but I remember my dad talking about it. So,
okay.
But I think you only had to be like 18 or 19 or something like that to drink it.
Yeah.
And then 21 for regular beer. So yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Have either of you guys had people over 70 eliminating arthritis pain or joint pain, or is it only the youngins? I guess I'm not I'm trying to think, did Gail, I think there's some people in their 60s that have been able, I think a Gail Ivy, I remember her saying that her pain went away. If I remember right, I'm trying to think, I'm sure there's some others on here that have had that, been able to eliminate a lot of that arthritis pain. I know eating the right foods changes everything. So
yeah,
I'm 51 and I know it took care of a lot of my arthritis pain. I mean, I had it all over my back, my hips, my knees, my ankles. And even now, even with just doing keto, it's nothing like it used to be for pain. So it definitely, I think it helps. And I'm willing to bet it helps somebody in their 70s and 80s too. I don't see why it wouldn't.
There's definitely people in their 60s, and I seem to remember one or two people that had channels that were in their 70s. I gotta try and find their channel that have seen benefits like that. And one of them, I think, had been like for a year or so, I want to say, on carnivore already.
Mm-hmm. Well, how
Um,
old semi-retired Bob? He's got to be in his 60s, I think. And I'm pretty sure he was able to get rid of
he's in
some
his 60s,
arthritis.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So carnivore Ron, I'm pretty sure he's in his 70s. So that's one. Man, there's somebody else I know that I saw had a channel more recently. And I think the channel's name is like Old Man Carnivore or something like that, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure he's in his 70s as well. So there's a couple of instances that I know of.
Mm-hmm. He's got a pretty big following too.
Oh, there you go. Mama Cracker put Old Man.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's his name, Old Man Carnivore or something like
Yep.
that. So he's one of them for sure. So there's a few, at least people that are doing carnivore channels.
Yep.
So there's probably even more that we just don't hear about, right? That aren't doing a channel.
Yep. Definitely. I know they're out there. So near beer wasn't on the radar.
It's yeah.
And then oh, that's cool. Semi-retired Bob. He's in Omaha, so he's not too far from you. I know that. That's like an hour away from you, probably, or so. Yep, Mitch must be the old man carnivore. Yep.
Yeah. Yep. There's definitely a few examples out there.
Yeah, definitely. And I know, yeah, it's made a big difference for me. And I know I wouldn't be afraid to, I guess, try it, but, got to consult with your doctor first. But, it's just one of those things your doctor may not agree with what you're trying to do either. You just never know.
Yeah. And I did an interview with semi-retired Bob not too long ago. He's a great guy. He is in his 60s still, though. Yeah, he's in his 60s.
I've only seen a few of his videos. I just haven't had time to check it out. I think I've seen him live once or twice. I probably should. It's just hard to watch everybody, and I know they have good content, and it's just hard to get it all done, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm.
Des Moines easy to get around, Mike. I enjoy Des Moines. You're about 20 minutes from everything, pretty much, as long as traffic isn't too bad. But it's pretty easy to get around, that's for sure. Chronic shoulder and elbow pain, waiting to see if you do something for my bones and bone knees. Yep. Yeah, that's you're not 100% carnivore, but like I said, I noticed some relief with keto. I think it helped more when I was with carnivore, but right now I'm not carnivore and I'm still not having issues. And obviously moving my body helps a lot. I think as long as you can not get stiff and sit around all the time, you're going to be better off moving around a little bit. I think that helps.
Yeah, definitely does. Greg, something I forgot to mention earlier when you were asking me about what I had upcoming, I forgot. I've got another live stream later this evening.
I was going to say, is that with Carnivore Soldier?
Carnivore Soldier, he has, I guess he calls it the Hump Day Meetup on Wednesdays. So that's going to be 7 o'clock Central Time, 7:05 Central Time, 8:05 Eastern Time. So that's coming up here in a couple hours. I'll be on that one as well. So
nice.
It's going to be a busy evening for me.
I guess you can catch. Brian's been busy. He puts out a lot of content. He's on lives a lot. He does a great job. I'm just glad you're my buddy and partner in crime on the Low Carb Football Party, because we have a lot of fun and get along really well. So I always look forward to that every week. So thanks, Brian, for being a good friend and doing this stuff with me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, thank you. It's been great. And like you said, I always look forward to doing that show too. So
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun to talk a little bit of football, not always just, low carb, but we throw a lot of low carb stuff in there too. And we just kind of try to make it enjoyable and interactive with anybody that's on. And we're pretty easygoing guys and just like hanging out and talking to people. It's awesome.
hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, and depending on who our special guests are, you never know what the conversation is going to be,
Yeah.
where it's going to
Yeah.
go to.
Yeah, definitely. And we try to get a variety on there. So,
Yeah.
well, good luck on the interview, Mike. I know what that's like right now. So yeah, that's semi-retirement might be coming to an end. Yeah, I hear you. Definitely. Well, if anybody has any questions, go ahead and put it up there. We'll try to get to them. And I'm trying to think. I do have another video coming out this week. I'm not sure if it'll come out tomorrow or Friday, but I did a little shopping and I got some meat, really good meat deal. Basically, I'll show what I picked up and I'll cut it up and kind of show you my results on that. So that's pretty cool. And there's also my life update in there as well. I think it's either going to be tomorrow or Friday. I'm not sure yet. I haven't decided when I'm putting it out, but I've still got to finish editing it. So that plays a little bit into it, I guess, too. But probably tonight I'll get it edited. So. But I know the week of Thanksgiving, me and Brian are talking about we are not going to do the Thursday night low carb party. We're going to do it on Monday night instead. We're going to come on and do a Monday night show. It'll not be this next Monday. It'll be the Monday after. We'll just have it a little earlier in the week since the end of the week. There's a lot of things going on. I think a lot of people will be traveling and all that kind of stuff. But it'll be fun kind of covering a Monday night game too. And I'm not sure who's playing in that game, but that should be fun too. So
Yeah.
definitely.
That'll be Monday the 20th. Let's look it up and see who's playing. Let me see.
Yeah, shopping's the worst side effect of this diet. Yeah, it can be. That's the thing nowadays. It's just so much different for shopping. Even you don't have to necessarily go in the stores, but when you're shopping meat and stuff, I like to look things over and pick it over, I guess, myself. But I know there's a lot of people that just order it online and pick it up or have it delivered.
So that Monday night game is going to be a really good one. It's the Philadelphia Eagles at the Kansas City Chiefs.
Ooh, that should be fun.
Yeah.
That'll be yeah. I mean, you're talking that's a potential Super Bowl matchup for that game. So
Yeah, definitely is.
oh yeah, new clothes. Yeah, I've been having that issue right now. I mean, I actually here a couple weeks ago I went to Des Moines and bought some clothes. I only bought one outfit. I had to buy dress shoes, dress pants, and a dress shirt. And it was like, and it was on sale. It was like $110. And I'm like, that's all I bought. Cause I'm like, well, I just need something to interview in. Once I'm hired, I'm like, yeah, I got to go back and buy 2 or 3 pairs of pants, depending on the type of job. And then, obviously shirts and, cause none of my clothes fit. So that's, it's a big issue, when you go lose 100 pounds and you change your sizes, it's like, yeah, I'm used to running around in sweats and a t-shirt, and I got a gazillion cheap t-shirts that I wear. But once I start working again, oh man, I'm not looking forward to that because I'll definitely have to drop some money for clothes, and I'm not looking forward to that.
Mm. Yep. See you, William.
Yep. Yep. Thanks for coming in. Oh no, that stinks, Mike.
Yeah, we can have him on the show that night as one of the
Yeah,
guests.
we give updates all game long, so we just can't show the video. So,
Yeah.
but we definitely give updates for sure. Like I said, Mike, I hope you have good luck with your interview tomorrow and hope everything works out for you for sure. You're a good guy. They ought to hire you. Say go Browns. Hey, the Browns are a pretty decent team this year. They're
Yeah,
definitely in contention.
yeah, they definitely have been. So,
Yeah.
and I, I can't even remember the running back's name, but the running back that got hurt. Oh my gosh, how
Chubb,
can I not remember the name?
Nick
Chubb.
Chubb.
There we go, Nick
Yeah.
Chubb. When he went down, I was like, boy, that's going to really hurt them. But between Jerome Ford and then they picked up Kareem Hunt again, and they've been playing well.
Yeah. Yeah, and that defense can keep them in games and stuff too. So
Yeah.
yeah, the team Buffalo I had a feeling Buffalo wouldn't be that good this year, and they have not been that good. Miami, they're good when they're playing teams that are below 500, but the teams above 500, not so much. So they're
Yeah.
they're kind of interesting too in that division, AFC, anyways.
Yep.
Once again, if you have any questions, go ahead and put them in there. We appreciate everybody coming on and watching. Definitely. It's a little quieter this time compared to last week, Brian. We had a few more people on that were in the chats, but like I said, we're glad everybody's here, and we want people to socialize a little and all that stuff. Hey, we'll see you later, Mike. Thanks for coming in. We appreciate you. Yeah, that's a pretty good deal for sure. Thrift
Yeah.
shops are a good way to go. Definitely. Speaking of, Mike was asking about hobbies. I guess that's one other thing I could say. I have a hobby, but it is going away. And I actually have an eBay store that I sell new and used items on. I've been doing that since 2020. This year, I kind of, I don't know. I just haven't been into it. I've been too busy with YouTube, and I used it as a chance to sell some of my NASCAR collectibles that I had gotten when I was a kid, and then I was at a rummage sale and I bought a bunch more and sold those. Basically, buy stuff at a low price and turn around and resell it. But the costs have went up so much that it's like I'm not going to bother messing around for a couple of bucks on the time that you put into some things. So I'm kind of trying to liquidate my eBay store here at the end of the year. The rest of the stuff that, as I look this way, I got I got 6 shelving units full of stuff. I'm just going to probably take it to an auction house and have them auction off what I have. Some of the NASCAR stuff I'll probably just hang on to a while, because I had a lot of Dale Earnhardt type stuff. Just a lot of like 164 scale cars, 124th scale cars. Back in the early 90s, I just got into it for a brief time and collected some. And then I got in at the wrong time on about everything. The football cards, they started not being worth anything. And then, I was going to say eBay fees have went up. When I started this in 2020, my average fees were probably 30% of my cost was shipping and eBay fees and all that. And now it's over 50%. And I'm like, I'm done. There's just not enough skin in the game. I know there's a lot of people that do it, but I'm just not that into it. I mean, I was going to auctions, I was going to rummage sales and buying stuff, and it was fun. It was the thrill of the hunt because you never knew what you would find. I mean, one of the coolest things I found was an ACDC T-shirt, or not T-shirt, a button-down shirt. It was one of their concert. It was kind of like I forget which album it was, but I knew it was special because it said ACDC on the tag, and I got to looking on eBay, and there was 2 of them. One was listed at $250. One was like 120. I listed mine at $99, paid $2 for it, and sold it in 2 days.
Wow.
So, I mean, those are the fun things when you come across stuff like that, and it's like, oh yeah, at one time I was like, I'm going to do this full time, but it just, I think if I was younger, I probably would have, because you always got to be outsourcing, looking for products. But wintertime we don't have rummage sales, so it makes it a little tougher. Then you got to hit all the thrift stores all the time, and I'm just not young enough for that anymore to do all that. So I'm like, I gave it up, and now I'm just trying to sell down what I have left. That was a hobby. It's fun what you can find though. The treasures that are out there. Like I said, a lot of times you don't know what you're looking at, but you'll run across something. Or once you've sold a couple things, then you know what to look for. And then when you see it again, you're like, "Oh, that's a good price. I'll buy that."
Yeah.
There's actually a lot of YouTubers. That's where I learned a lot of it from that are in the reselling community. So I'd watch their channel. They'd show you what they're buying and selling, and then you'd go out and kind of repeat what they did. So it was kind of fun, but definitely. All right. Let's see here. So, do you have a certain topic you're talking about tonight on your meetup for?
I don't know actually. It's Carnivore Soldiers, so it's Larry's live stream. So I'm just a guest. I think he
Oh,
might
sure.
actually have a couple of guests on. So
Nice.
I guess I'll find out when I get there.
Well, I'll try to tune it in. I know. I think we're gonna run to the store and stuff after supper. I got a couple of steaks getting marinated right now. No, I shouldn't say marinated. I put some salt on them, and I'm gonna tenderize them up and put some seasoning on them, and cook those up after the show here. So that way, I have a full belly when I go shopping because I think we're gonna do a little grocery shopping, and I don't like to go there when you're hungry because you're going to end up buying stuff you shouldn't and get in
Yeah,
trouble.
definitely. Yeah.
For sure. And let's see here. Whoops. Yeah, they're a lot of fun. I don't know. Have you ever done a lot of that, Brian? Have you ever went to yard sales or?
Not too much. Most of the yard sales that I've seen are garage sales around here, and have like a lot of little kids toys and stuff like that.
Clothes? Yeah.
Yeah, and clothes and whatever. So I don't know. I haven't done a whole lot of that.
Yeah. It's kind of fun when you do look around though and you end up finding some cool stuff, or you find video game systems or old video games or toys, old collectible stuff. I mean, it's kind of fun, but like I said, you got to have a little bit of money to get going on it, and it's just like I said, I kind of the way the prices have went up on eBay and stuff. I'm like, I'm not going to do this anymore. So doesn't mean I won't go to some sales though next year just for fun. It's something to do on a Saturday morning for us. They're big around here. Friday's kind of the big day too. So of course, if you're working, it's hard to do, but
Yeah.
definitely. Well, I know our hour is going to be wrapping up here soon. If you have any last minute questions, could be low carb, anything, go ahead and fire away. We appreciate everybody coming on here tonight for sure. And if you haven't subbed to my channel or Brian's channel, the across the ticker on the bottom kind of shows you where our channels are at. If you could give us a sub, it'd be great. We try to put content out for everyone, for sure. I would say try to inspire people. I know Brian, he's lost 80 some pounds, and I've lost over 100 pounds, and it's been going really good for us. So that's just the weight loss side of things, let alone the other health benefits. So. Oh yeah, small furniture and art glass. Yep, you see quite a bit of that. There's a lot of people that redo some of that furniture too and customize it. Thrifting, I think thrifting became kind of a big thing here in the last few years. So you see a lot more people out there doing that and repurposing stuff. That's kind of popular too.
Yeah.
So Brian, I know you. Where do you fish at? Where do you like to fish? Where you're from? I mean, is there lakes, is it rivers? Is it?
Yeah. There's a lake not too far from my house that I go to. It's a small lake, but I go there sometimes. I'd like to go to Kerr Lake, also known as Bugs Island. It's on like the Virginia, North Carolina border. It's a pretty big lake. It's the Roanoke River, I believe, flows into it. Um, so I like going there, and it's pretty well known for catfish, and even bass fishing there. So my son and I didn't go this year, but in the past we started up a thing where we were going like every year there for like a week, and just it was like a fishing trip. We'd rent a place
Mhm.
and we just fish for the week. But we didn't go this year. Things are kind of busy. We just never got a chance to do it. So maybe we'll go again next year. But
Yeah.
that's a place that I do like to go. So um, yeah, it's just, but sometimes the place that's only like it's like 5-10 minutes from my house. Sometimes you can go there like at night and catch catfish, and there's not really a lot of people around and so forth. It's nice.
Yeah. Hey, Johnny, good to see you on here. He wants one of those old Evil Knievel toys. I see little videos of that once in a while. It's pretty cool. Me and my buddies kind of share it back and forth. We'll text it or whatever because someone makes a TikTok or a little short, and they show Evil Knievel jumping a bunch of stuff or other toys. It's kind of cool, and they slow motion it. Yeah, I remember my brother and I had one of those. They're a lot of fun. You can buy them new. I think they're like $50, but they're not the same.
Yeah.
Um, Brian, here's a question for you. Are you doing the No Way November challenge?
Yes, I am. We didn't even think to talk about that today, but yes, I am. So I weighed myself on November 1st and won't weigh myself again until December 1st. So we'll see how that goes.
Do you feel
Um,
like any differences are happening? Just
I don't
curious.
know. I don't know. Probably not. I'm not sure, but
I feel like I'm
it's
getting
only been a
smaller.
week.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard to
So,
say because I'm not weighing myself, so I have no idea.
yeah.
But I mean,
Hey,
I've been doing this for over a year, so um, I mean, the funny thing is I weighed myself on November 1st for that. And the time before that, I think when I weighed myself was like before I had gone on that trip to Myrtle Beach. That was like maybe 2 weeks before that. So it's not like I weighed myself every day or anything. Um, I just kind of try and stick with doing what works for me and continually doing that. And I haven't really worried as much about my weight, especially because I've lost as much weight as I have, and I've had so many good health benefits that that's really where I'm focused is I know sometimes when I mess up and I have something I shouldn't and I start having like some wrist pain back or something like that, I'm like, okay, don't do that again, right?
right.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I would say for me, I mean, I'm kind of like you in that, after losing 100 pounds, I'm not saying I don't have weight to lose. I do, but I would say it's probably not as urgent as it was for me. Because I still want to lose, I'd still like to lose 40, 50 pounds, but I guess I'm not as concerned about how long it takes me. As long as I'm eating right and continually go down and not gaining weight, I guess I'm satisfied. I will say this with doing the No Way November, I think it takes a little bit of pressure off of stepping on the scale. I know sometimes, the scale can be dreadful, especially if you didn't eat like you should. It can be a little discouraging. So in a way, it's like, well, I'll just got to be better and do better each day, and hopefully at the end of the month, it comes in where I've dropped some weight, I guess. So I think it takes some of that pressure off. Because I know when I was trying to lose weight, man, the scale I'd step on two, 3 times a day sometimes. I just wanted to see, and at night I'd get happy if I weighed the same as I did in the morning. Because I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to lose weight because it's going to drop during the night.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of one of those things, but I think it's probably not as healthy to do that, probably because weight can swing a lot of different ways, especially if you eat something you shouldn't, or some foods make you retain water, and when you're a big person, I mean, you could swing 5 pounds pretty easy if you eat the wrong item. So it's kind of one of those things, but definitely. But if you're
Mhm.
interested in joining us on the November No Weigh In, you can start today if you want, and then just maybe weigh in December 8th. If you want to get in on it and try it and see how it goes, there's nothing wrong with doing it now. So, and yeah, thanks, Johnny. We appreciate it. we're going to get you back on the low carb football party too. I know it's been a few weeks since you've been on. We'll get you on there again. So that'd be kind of fun because it's been a good month or more probably since you've been on, and we've got quite a few more football Thursdays to go. So we'll get you on there. So anyways, but well, I guess we're going to be wrapping it up. We're kind of hitting the hour mark here. Any final thoughts, Brian, for anybody that's watching and myself?
You know, I don't know. I don't really have any thoughts right now. It's happy hour. It's too early in the day for me to have that.
You need to spike that water a little bit there, Brian.
Yeah, it must be the ice in it. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I guess I can wrap it up for us. Hey, we just really appreciate everybody coming on and commenting and supporting us in our channels. And it's kind of fun to get on here and talk. And I guess like today, we learned some more stuff about us that we haven't maybe covered in our own channels, or nobody's asked us before. And that's what's nice about these events. You learn something new each time about people, and that's awesome too. So, but we appreciate everyone being here, and we'll hope to see it. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow night on the low carb football party starting at 7:00 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8:00 Eastern Time, and should be a good time, and it'll be fun we go usually 3.5 hours, don't we, Brian? It never is usually, it's within like 3 or 4 minutes of every week. It's kind of funny how it works, but it works out that way. So
yeah.
Once again, we appreciate everybody watching. Take care, my friends. We'll see you again soon.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.